As we age, one of the most overlooked threats to our health and independence is muscle loss. You may have noticed it yourself. Simple tasks like climbing stairs, getting out of a chair, or carrying groceries become harder. That's not just aging. That's muscle atrophy in action. But here's the good news. Science shows that with the right nutrients you can slow down and even reverse this process. In today's video, we'll explore 6 powerful nutrients that play a direct role in preserving your strength, balance, and daily function. These aren't just nice-to-have supplements. They are essential tools for maintaining muscle mass, improving energy, and protecting your mobility as you age. We'll cover key vitamins like D3, B12, and C, along with magnesium, creatine, and specific amino acids that your muscles depend on. You'll also learn how certain supplement forms, like liposomal vitamin C or magnesium glycinate, offer far better absorption for older adults. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, it's never too late to support your muscles. So if staying active, independent, and strong matters to you, you're in the right place. Let's dive into the science and discover what your body truly needs. Let's begin with one of the most foundational nutrients for aging muscles: vitamin D3, especially when paired with vitamin K2. By now, you've probably heard that vitamin D plays a role in bone health. But what many people overlook is how vital it is for muscle function, especially as we get older. Vitamin D3, the active form your body produces with sunlight exposure, helps your muscles contract properly and supports strength and balance. Low levels of D3 are incredibly common in adults over 60, particularly if you spend less time outdoors, live in colder climates, or have darker skin. In fact, studies show that nearly 70% of older adults may be deficient without realizing it. The consequences of that deficiency? Weaker muscles, slower reflexes, impaired balance, and yes, an increased risk of falls. And as we know, a single fall can change everything in later life. But there's more to the story. While vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium, vitamin K2 plays a crucial role in directing that calcium where it belongs, into your bones and teeth, rather than soft tissues like arteries. Without enough K2, that extra calcium can end up accumulating in the wrong places, leading to stiff arteries and higher cardiovascular risk. That's why, when we recommend supplementing with vitamin D3, we always suggest combining it with vitamin K2. Think of them as a team. D3 opens the door for calcium and K2 guides it safely to the right destination. Now, how much should you be taking? For most adults over 60, 2000 IU of vitamin D3 per day is a solid starting point, though some may need more based on lab results. And for vitamin K2, look for a supplement with menaquinone 7, -7 Malawian kwacha. This form stays active longer in your body and is more effective at supporting bone and vascular health. A typical daily dose of 90 to 120 micrograms of K2 -7 Malawian kwacha is sufficient for most seniors. If you're already taking calcium or bone support supplements, it's especially important to include both D3 and K2 in your regimen to ensure that calcium is actually helping rather than harming. And here's an important reminder: don't wait until you're deficient to take action. Muscle loss and bone thinning often occur silently over the years. Supporting your body with the right nutrients now can help you maintain balance, coordination, and the ability to move freely well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. So if your goal is to age with strength, stability, and confidence, vitamin D3 plus K2 should be at the top of your checklist. It's one of the smartest and simplest steps you can take to protect your bones, your muscles, and your independence. Let's move on to the next key nutrient that plays a major role in muscle health: vitamin B12. Now that we've covered the importance of vitamin D3 and K2 for bone and muscle health, let's move on to a nutrient that's just as essential, but often overlooked: vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 plays a key role in nerve function, energy production, and the synthesis of proteins, all of which are critically important when it comes to maintaining healthy muscles. Without enough B12, your nerves can't effectively communicate with your muscles, which leads to poor coordination, balance issues, and ultimately muscle weakness. Unfortunately, B12 deficiency is far more common in older adults than many people realize. One major reason? As we age, our stomachs produce less hydrochloric acid, which is necessary to absorb B12 from food. Even if your diet includes meat, dairy, or eggs, all good sources of B12, you may not be extracting enough of the vitamin to meet your body's needs. So, what does a B12 deficiency look like in practice? For many older adults, it starts subtly: persistent fatigue, general weakness, or tingling in the hands and feet. Some may feel mentally foggy or have difficulty walking steadily. Over time, if not addressed, B12 deficiency can lead to serious neurological symptoms, including loss of coordination, numbness, and impaired mobility. These issues aren't just inconvenient, they can increase your risk of falls and severely impact your independence. Muscle health, as we've discussed, isn't just about the muscles themselves, it's about the connection between your brain and your body. That's where B12 shines. It supports the protective covering of your nerves, called the myelin sheath, which ensures that signals from your brain reach your muscles quickly and accurately. When this signaling system breaks down, your muscles don't receive proper instructions, making every movement more difficult. The good news? B12 deficiency is completely preventable and treatable, but only if it's recognized. For most older adults, I recommend getting your B12 levels checked at your next physical, especially if you're experiencing symptoms like fatigue, memory lapses, or balance problems. If your levels are low, supplementation is both safe and effective. For those over 60, I often suggest 1,000 micrograms of B12 in the methylcobalamin form, taken either daily by mouth or several times per week under medical supervision. In some cases, especially with severe deficiency or absorption issues, B12 injections may be more appropriate. You may also want to consider a B-complex supplement, which includes B12 along with other B vitamins that work together to support energy, muscle repair, and metabolic function. Bottom line, don't underestimate the power of B12. It's not just about boosting energy, it's about preserving the neuromuscular connection that keeps you balanced, strong, and mobile. Next, we'll talk about a powerhouse antioxidant that helps protect your muscles from inflammation and damage, vitamin C. Now that we've explored how vitamin B12 supports your nervous system and muscle coordination, let's turn our attention to a nutrient you may associate with cold prevention, but it actually plays a critical role in muscle structure and recovery. I'm talking about vitamin C. Vitamin C is far more than just an immune booster. For older adults, it's essential for collagen production, and collagen is the main structural protein in your muscles, tendons, ligaments, and connective tissues. In other words, it helps hold your body together and allows your muscles to function with strength and flexibility. As we age, our natural collagen production begins to decline. This affects not only skin elasticity, but also the resilience of our muscles and tendons. Without adequate collagen support, the risk of injury, slower recovery, and muscle stiffness increases significantly. That's why ensuring optimal vitamin C intake becomes more important than ever. But here's something many people don't realize: not all forms of vitamin C are absorbed equally. Traditional tablet forms, like ascorbic acid, can have limited absorption, especially in older adults whose digestive efficiency is reduced. That's where bioflavonoids and liposomal technology come into play. When vitamin C is paired with citrus bioflavonoids, natural plant compounds found in fruits like oranges and lemons, research shows absorption can increase by as much as 35%. These bioflavonoids act as natural enhancers, improving how vitamin C is taken up and used in the body, especially in muscle tissue. But if you're looking for the most efficient delivery system, consider liposomal vitamin C. Liposomal supplements encapsulate the vitamin in tiny fat-like spheres, allowing it to bypass the digestive tract and be absorbed directly into the bloodstream. Some studies suggest this method may boost absorption by up to 98%, making it vastly more effective than standard tablets. So what does this mean for your muscles? Better absorption means better collagen production, and that translates into stronger, more resilient muscle tissue, healthier joints, and improved recovery after physical activity. Vitamin C also acts as a potent antioxidant, protecting your muscles from oxidative stress, inflammation, and everyday wear and tear that becomes more prominent with age. If you're experiencing slow healing, muscle soreness that lingers, or general stiffness, low vitamin C might be contributing. I often recommend 500 to 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day, ideally in a form that includes bioflavonoids or uses liposomal delivery. Brands like Solgar with bioflavonoids, or Live On Labs liposomal, are excellent options to discuss with your healthcare provider. Remember, strong muscles aren't just about lifting weights. They're built on solid structure, and collagen is the scaffolding. By giving your body the vitamin C it needs, you're not just supporting your immune system, you're reinforcing your entire musculoskeletal foundation. Next, let's talk about a mineral that's just as crucial, magnesium, and how its deficiency could be silently sabotaging your muscle health. Now that we've discussed how vitamin C strengthens your muscle structure through collagen support, let's focus on another key player in muscle function. One that often flies under the radar but is absolutely critical: magnesium. Magnesium is an essential mineral involved in over 300 biochemical processes in your body, and many of those directly support your muscle health. It plays three major roles when it comes to maintaining strong, functional muscles. First, magnesium is crucial for muscle contraction and relaxation. Think of it as the natural counterpart to calcium. While calcium causes your muscles to contract, magnesium allows them to relax afterward. Without enough magnesium, your muscles may stay partially contracted, which can lead to cramps, spasms, stiffness, and even muscle fatigue. Many older adults chalk up these symptoms to normal aging, when in reality, a silent magnesium deficiency could be to blame. Second, magnesium is vital for ATP production. That's the main source of energy inside your cells. Your muscles need ATP to function, especially during physical activity. When magnesium is low, ATP generation slows down, and you may start feeling more tired, weak, or unable to keep up with your usual pace, even during simple tasks like walking or climbing stairs. And third, magnesium helps regulate protein synthesis, the very process your body uses to build and repair muscle. As you age, your ability to maintain muscle naturally declines, so every edge matters. Even a mild magnesium shortfall can reduce the efficiency of muscle protein production, accelerating muscle loss over time. Unfortunately, magnesium deficiency is very common among older adults. This is due in part to lower dietary intake, but also because certain medications, like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some antibiotics, can reduce magnesium absorption or increase how much your body excretes. While you can find magnesium in foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, beans, and whole grains, more than 60% of seniors don't get enough from diet alone. That's why supplementation is often necessary. When it comes to choosing a magnesium supplement, not all forms are created equal. Magnesium glycinate is often the best option for older adults. It has superior absorption and is gentler on the digestive system than the more common magnesium oxide, which can cause diarrhea or stomach discomfort, problems that often lead people to give up on magnesium too soon. I typically recommend a daily intake of 320 mg for women and 420 mg for men over the age of 65. But don't just guess. Always consult your doctor, especially if you're taking medications that might interfere with magnesium levels. To sum it up, magnesium is a quiet but powerful ally in your quest to maintain strength, energy, and independence as you age. When your muscles have the support they need at a cellular level, everything from walking to lifting groceries becomes easier and safer. Next, we'll look at one of the most promising supplements for older adults that's often misunderstood: creatine. Now that we've addressed how magnesium supports muscle relaxation, energy production, and protein synthesis, it's time to introduce a supplement that many people mistakenly think is just for young athletes. But in reality, it holds powerful benefits for older adults, especially those looking to stay active and independent. I'm talking about creatine. Yes, creatine. The very same compound found in many sports nutrition products is also one of the most well-researched, safe, and effective supplements for muscle health in people over 60. Let's start with what creatine actually does. Inside your muscles, creatine acts like a fast fuel reserve. It helps your body rapidly produce energy, specifically during short bursts of activity like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or catching your balance. These are everyday movements that can become more difficult as we age, but with adequate creatine, your muscles can respond more quickly and powerfully. One of the most exciting findings is that creatine can enhance the regeneration of muscle. After age 60, your body's ability to repair and build muscle starts to slow down. But creatine helps stimulate satellite cells, the stem cells responsible for muscle repair and growth. That means you're not just fueling your muscles, you're actually helping them rebuild and stay strong as you age. In fact, studies show that when older adults combine a low dose of creatine with light strength training, they can see up to a 14% increase in strength and gain over 2 pounds, 1 kilogram, of lean muscle in just 12 weeks. That's a big deal. Gaining muscle at this stage of life improves your balance, reduces fall risk, and even helps with blood sugar control and metabolism. Now, what about safety? Creatine has been extensively studied in older adults, and it's consistently shown to be safe when taken at recommended doses. Most people do well with a daily dose of 3 to 5 grams, and there's no need to load it like some athletes do. It can be taken with or without food, though many prefer to mix it with a smoothie or protein shake after a light workout. And here's the best part: you don't need to be in the gym every day to see results. Even a gentle walking routine combined with creatine can lead to noticeable improvements in muscle tone, stamina, and energy. So if you're over 60 and trying to preserve your independence, prevent muscle loss, or simply stay more active and agile, creatine deserves a spot in your routine. It's one of the few supplements that directly helps you do the things that matter: like walking without assistance, getting out of a low chair, or enjoying an active lifestyle with your family. Now that we've talked about creatine and how it fuels your muscles during short bursts of movement, let's turn our attention to something even more foundational: protein and essential amino acids. If you're over 60, this may be one of the most important things you need to hear. You've probably been told your whole life to eat enough protein. But here's the truth: as we age, it's not just about how much protein we eat, it's about what kind of protein and whether it includes the right building blocks for muscle repair and growth. You see, our muscles are made of protein, and protein is made of amino acids. Among these, there's one that's especially important for older adults: leucine. Leucine acts like a switch that turns on muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and maintain muscle. Without enough leucine, that switch doesn't flip, and muscle loss continues quietly, even if you're eating what you think is a good amount of protein. That's why the quality of protein matters. Foods like whey protein and hydrolyzed collagen are excellent options. They're rich in essential amino acids, especially leucine, and they're easier to digest, something that becomes more important as we age. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The old protein recommendations, those one-size-fits-all numbers you may have seen on food labels, are too low for seniors. Research now shows that older adults need significantly more protein than younger people to maintain muscle mass and function. In fact, many experts suggest aiming for 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That's nearly double the outdated minimum. Why does this matter? Because low protein intake is one of the key reasons why seniors lose strength, mobility, and independence. It's not just about being fit, it's about being able to stand up from a chair, carry groceries, or walk without assistance. These everyday movements all depend on strong, nourished muscles. Adding a high-quality protein supplement, like a scoop of whey protein in your morning oatmeal or a collagen protein shake after a walk, can help you meet your daily needs without much effort. And when combined with light resistance exercises, the effects can be remarkable. Stronger muscles, improved balance, better posture, and less fatigue. So don't think protein is just for bodybuilders. It's for anyone who wants to age with strength, dignity, and the ability to live life on their own terms. As we age, maintaining muscle mass and strength becomes essential for our independence and overall quality of life. The good news is that with the right combination of nutrients, supplements, and exercise, you can help slow down and even reverse some of the natural muscle loss that comes with aging. We've discussed 6 key nutrients: vitamin D3 plus K2, vitamin B12, vitamin C, magnesium, creatine, and protein. Each of these plays a unique and vital role in supporting muscle function, strength, and recovery. By including them in your daily routine, you're giving your muscles the fuel they need to thrive. However, supplements alone won't do the trick. Pairing proper nutrition with light exercise, such as resistance training, stretching, or even walking, can significantly enhance the benefits of these nutrients. Together, they'll help you maintain your mobility, energy, and independence for years to come. Remember, it's never too late to start making small changes that lead to big results. Talk to your healthcare provider about testing for any nutrient deficiencies and to get personalized advice on supplementation. Take action today. Start by incorporating more protein-rich foods, consider adding a high-quality supplement, and get moving with exercises that keep your muscles strong. Your future self will thank you for the investment in your health. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love to hear about your experiences with muscle health and any questions you may have for future videos. Stay strong, stay independent, and we look forward to supporting you on your journey to better health.